The meal is $8. The delivery fee is $3.50. The service fee is $2. The small order fee is $1.50. And somehow the bag they put it in costs another 50 cents. You just paid $23 for $8 of food.
That's mental. That is genuinely, completely mental. And I do it twice a week.
I know, that's why we're talking about it.
Welcome to Sunk Cost. 2 friends, 1 mic, and a lot of opinions about money. I'm Alex, Sofia's here, and we dig into what modern life actually costs us and whether it's worth it. New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Today, we're in the delivery app trap. That thing where you open the app, see an £8 meal, and somehow end up spending 23 quid on it. Sophia, I want to start with a simple question. Are these apps evil, or are we just idiots?
Can it be both? Because I think it's both.
Fair enough. Go on then.
Okay, so here's the thing. The base price on a delivery app is almost never the real price. You've got the delivery fee, the service fee, which is different from the delivery fee somehow, a small order fee if you don't hit a minimum, a tip prompt, and then half the time, the restaurant itself marks up the prices on the app compared to what it costs to walk in. You walk in, burger is $10. You order it on the app, it's $12.50 before you've even started adding fees.
Hold on. The restaurants mark up the prices on the app as well.
Yes, because the apps take a commission, sometimes 30%. So restaurants inflate the menu price to cover it.
So you're paying more for the food and paying fees on top of that inflated price. That's a fee on a lie.
That's genuinely a perfect description of it.
Right, so I'm being charged a service fee for the service of being misled about the price. Brilliant. Love that for me. I once ordered a curry, right? And I was well chuffed because it was only 9 quid, which for London is practically free. And then, by the time I actually checked out, it was £22.50. I stood there staring at my phone like I'd been personally robbed.
And then you ordered it anyway.
I ordered it anyway. Obviously. Because I'd already mentally eaten the curry, hadn't I?
That's actually a real psychological thing. The sunk cost of anticipated pleasure. You've already committed emotionally to the outcome, so the price stops mattering as much. The apps know this. They show you the food first, the price later.
They do that on purpose.
100% on purpose. Big, beautiful photo of the burger. You're already salivating. Now here's the total. By that point, your brain is not in, "Is this a good financial decision?" mode. It's in, "Give me the burger" mode.
My brain is permanently in give me the burger mode, to be fair. That's not the app's fault.
I mean, the app is aware of your brain. That's the point.
Okay, but here's where I want to push back a bit. And I'll be honest, I'm partly defending myself here. Convenience has a real value, doesn't it? Like, it's cold, it's dark, I'm knackered. My tiny flat is freezing because the boiler is doing its seasonal mystery thing. And the alternative is getting in the Mini, which will cost me 20 quid in petrol and probably a new tyre, and going to get food myself. Isn't the 23 quid kind of rational?
I love how the Mini Cooper always appears exactly when you need to justify a bad financial decision.
The Mini is a load-bearing vehicle in all of my excuses. Structurally essential.
Okay, but no. To actually answer your question, yes, convenience has value. Real value. But here's where it gets weird, because the apps have completely destroyed our ability to price that convenience correctly.
What do you mean?
So 10 years ago, if you wanted food delivered, you called the pizza place. You paid maybe a couple bucks extra, and you knew exactly what you were paying for. Now, the fee structure is so complicated that you genuinely cannot tell what the convenience premium is. Is it $3? Is it $8? Is it $15? You have no idea, and that's not an accident. The opacity is the product.
The confusion is a feature, not a bug.
Exactly. If you clearly saw your convenience tax tonight is $11.50, you'd make a different decision. But you don't see that. You see a delivery fee, a service fee, a this fee, a that fee, and your brain just kind of gives up and pays it.
Right, and then there's the tip. I always feel guilty about the tip, because obviously the driver deserves a tip. They're out there on a bike in the rain, but the app has already charged me a delivery fee that I assumed was going to the driver, and apparently doesn't.
Yeah, that's a real thing people don't know. The service fee and delivery fee often go to the platform, not the driver. The tip is separate and does go to the driver. So if you skip the tip thinking, I already paid the delivery fee, you're actually stiffing the person on the bike.
That is genuinely grim. They've constructed it so that you feel like you've already tipped when you haven't.
And the whole system is designed to make you feel like ordering is easy and cheap right up until the moment it isn't.
Okay, so I want to do a bit of maths here, because I think when you actually add it up, it becomes properly alarming. If someone's ordering delivery, say, 3 times a week, which is not an insane amount, and they're consistently paying about 12 to 15 quid more than the base price of the food, what's that over a year?
Do you want me to do the math, or do you want to do the math?
I want you to do the maths so I can look shocked.
Okay, 3 times a week. Let's say $13 extra per order. That's $39 a week. Over a year, that's just over $2,000 in fees and markups. On food you could have bought cheaper.
2,000 quid. 2,000 quid. That's a holiday. That's a proper holiday, not a I booked it the night before and ended up in a Premier Inn holiday. That's an actual, planned in advance, Sofia-approved holiday.
I do love a 6 months in advance vacation. The deals are incredible.
You'd have had me planning since February. I'd have been miserable. But £2,000, honestly.
And that's not including if you have a subscription to one of these apps, which a lot of people do, because the subscription promises free delivery. But then you still pay the service fee, and you still get the marked up menu prices. So you're paying a monthly subscription for a discount that only applies to one of the 4 fees.
I have one of those subscriptions. I completely forgot I had it. I was just looking at my bank statement last week and there it was. I've had it for... Mate, I think I've had it for 14 months.
The Ghost subscription rises again. How many is that now, total?
I don't want to say a number out loud.
That's not the answer of a man with fewer than 15.
Okay. Final boss take. Hit me. Because I can feel you've been building to something.
All right, so here's what I actually think is happening with delivery apps. And this is my final boss take. They've successfully reframed cooking as a failure state. Like, at some point in the last 10 years, not cooking became the default. And cooking became the thing you do when you're being virtuous or making an effort. And that reframe has enormous financial consequences. Because when not cooking is the default, you're paying premium prices constantly, not occasionally.
That's exactly it, isn't it? Even I think of cooking as this big effort thing. And I own a pan. I have a pan, Sofia. I own one.
One pan. Living the dream.
It's a good pan, though. Very underused. Very expensive per use.
And this is where the apps are genuinely clever. They didn't just sell you delivery. They sold you a lifestyle where delivery is normal and cooking is optional. And once that's in your head, you're not comparing delivery versus cooking. You're comparing delivery versus doing something hard, which means price almost doesn't matter.
I tried to break the habit once, actually. You'll remember this. I tried to go vegetarian to save money. Lasted 11 days.
I do remember. What happened on day 11?
I walked past a kebab shop, and it smelt like joy. And I thought, you know what? This is who I am. This is my truth.
In fairness, you lasted 11 days. That's longer than I expected.
I'm a complex man. Also, I spent about 40 quid on fancy vegetarian ingredients I never used, so I probably spent more money that fortnight than any other. The intention to save money cost me money.
Oh, that's extremely common. The I'm going to cook more shop, where you buy $50 of groceries and then order delivery anyway because you're tired.
The optimistic grocery shop that rots in the fridge while you spend 30 quid on noodles. Classic. My fridge is basically a shrine to good intentions.
And look, and I want to say this, I'm not sitting here saying never use delivery apps. I use them. Diego had a vet appointment that ate my whole afternoon last week, and I absolutely ordered dinner on an app and I don't regret it. But I knew what I was paying. I clocked the markup, I tipped the driver properly, and I understood it was a convenience premium I was choosing.
How much did the vet cost, by the way? Because Diego's vet bills are a running subplot in my mental model of your finances.
We're not doing that segment today.
One day, Sofia, one day we do a full Diego episode. The true cost of loving a cat.
That episode will never happen.
That episode will absolutely happen, and it will be the most popular thing we've ever made. Right, but to bring it back, I think the actual takeaway here is that the problem isn't the apps existing. It's that they've made it almost impossible to see what you're actually paying. The price literacy is completely broken.
Yes, and the fix isn't to never order delivery. It's to look at the total before you commit, not after. Scroll to checkout before you've emotionally decided. That 5 seconds of friction might actually change your decision sometimes.
And obviously, I should say this, we are two people with opinions, not financial advisors. God, do not take money advice from me. I have a forgotten food delivery subscription and one pan.
I track everything in a spreadsheet, and my cat costs a fortune. We're not the people.
Right, wrapping up. The delivery app trap. The meal isn't 8 quid. It's never 8 quid. The fees, the markups, the subscription you forgot you had. It adds up to something that, over a year, could genuinely pay for a holiday. The fix is just bringing the real price back into view before your brain commits to the burger. That's it. Check the total first. Boring advice, but it's the one.
Look at the receipt before you order, not after you're already eating.
Monday, and it's Sophia's week next week. She's hosting. We are getting into something properly uncomfortable. Why we lie about money. To our friends, to our partners, to ourselves. Sophia's going to make us all feel very seen and slightly called out.
I have receipts, metaphorical ones. Well, some literal ones.
Thanks for listening to Sunk Cost. We'll see you Monday.
See you then.